Welcome to the hottest movie review on the internet today, the A-List Review. I'm your host, the Game Changer, Wes Troop, and it's time to go back to the theater. And it's time for all of us to go back to the wizarding world, but will it be a journey worth taking? My review of the 2022 fantasy sequel, Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore, coming up now. With a big election in the very near future which will decide the president of the wizarding world, a creature known as the Chillin is able to see the future and will decide who is worthy to serve as the supreme mugwump. Grindelwald tries to manipulate the election in his favor. However, Albus Dumbledore recruits Newt Scamander and his allies to stop Grindelwald's plan for world domination. So what did I think of Fantastic Beasts: The Secret of Dumbledore? I thought it's a drab and muddled fantasy sequel. It's directed by David Yates, who helmed the first two entries in this Fantastic Beasts series, as well as Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Half-Blood Prince, and Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2. It's also co-written by J.K. Rowling, who proves she's a much better author than she is a screenplay writer. The film, of course, has been controversial for Warner Brothers as they recasted Johnny Depp in the role of Grindelwald, replacing him with Mads Mikkelsen. Mads is fine in the role, but plays it very understated compared to Depp's more entertaining turn chewing up the scenery. This is also the third film in what was planned but not confirmed to be a 5-part series. I feel like these prequels have gone down a step with each film, starting out as a fun series with promise to a lackluster chore that makes me wish I was rather re-watching a Harry Potter movie instead. As far as being a family film, I feel younger viewers might fall asleep at the material, and the older viewers, for that matter, will find it very dull and bland most of the time, as it's mostly about wizarding politics. Even worse for younger audiences, there's a number of animal deaths and ritual sacrifices which definitely feels odd. I would have liked to have seen some more beasts in a Fantastic Beasts film, as they're barely involved, other than a couple cameos from some familiar faces we've seen in the past, like Niffler. The story is very forgettable as well, with lots of exposition dumps in the beginning, and packs in a number of side plots that just ultimately are there to waste time. A few storylines set up in previous films have a conclusion that falls flat, as well as a number of important characters given barely any material to work with here. Even the filmmaking itself looks uninspired, with all of its gray coloring that looks very bleh. There are a few exciting moments, thankfully, including a fun dungeon rescue and of course a couple of big wand battles, which have some cool special effects. Much like the second film, it takes us back to Hogwarts for a bit, and seeing the familiar sights and music cues were definitely welcome. The finale and ending work pretty well too, which is for the best in case the two other planned films don't happen. Clocking in at almost 2.5 hours, the film goes on way too long, and the pacing, especially in the first half, drips as slow as molasses. The cast stars Eddie Redmayne as Newt Scamander, the self-proclaimed magizoologist and Ministry of Magic employee on his latest journey, Jude Law as Albus Dumbledore, the powerful and influential wizard who holds a blood pact with Grindelwald and can't fight him, Mads Mikkelsen as Gellert Grindelwald, the dark wizard looking to start a new wizarding world order, Ezra Miller looking like a cosplay between Snape and Kylo Ren as Credence Barebone, the relative of Dumbledore working with Grindelwald, Dan Fogler as Jacob Kowalski, Newt's friend and nomage who owns a bakery, Alison Sudol as Queenie Goldstein, now sided with Grindelwald in hopes of being able to marry Jacob, and Catherine Watterson as Tina Goldstein, who's reduced to a cameo here, Queenie's sister and Newt's love interest. Fantastic Beasts: The Secret of Dumbledore has its moments, but feels like the magic is sucked out of a lot of it, making it more of a Dumble snore. Number-wise, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10, which gives it the A-list rating of meh, it's okay. All right, well, that's the show. I'll be back with another review very soon. But until then, don't forget to subscribe right here on YouTube. youtube.com/westside of515. Like the show on Facebook, facebook.com/WestTruePaylist. And of course, you can follow me on the Twitter, the Instagram, and Letterboxd @WestAList. Until next time, Troop out.